Some TV, the pulse of the nation.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
This is News Hour on Some TV Television, the pulse of the nation, coming to you live from Jalingo, the capital of Taraba State. I am Esther Oka Steven. Stay connected. Follow us on Facebook at Some TV and stream live on YouTube at Some TV Live. Now here are the leading stories shaping today's headlines. President Tinubu emphasizes roles of traditional institutions in promoting peace and unity. Reportedly, former President Goodluck Jonathan intensifies preparations for 2027 elections. Abdul Mumuni Jibril accepts explosion from NNPP and pledges continued public service. Now the news in full. In a significant move, Nigerian Secret Police, the Department of State Services, DSS, has ordered X, formerly Twitter, to delete a post by activist Omoyele Sowore. The DSS claimed the post insulted President Bola Tinubu and had the potential to cause unrest. Sowore had shared a video of Tinubu in Brazil accusing him of dishonesty regarding the fight against corruption in Nigeria. According to a September 6 letter, the DSS noted that the post contravened Nigeria's law on cybercrime, terrorism, and the criminal code. The agency further warned that the post could incite protests and tarnish Nigerians' international image, giving X 24 hours to remove the content or face government action. This incident echoes the 2021 Twitter ban, which was enforced after a post by then President Muhammadu Buhari was deleted, though the ban was lifted to early 2022. Meanwhile, the African Democratic Congress ADC has criticized the federal government for allegedly using security agencies to intimidate oppositions. This comes after police in Kaduna summoned former Governor Nasir El-Rufai and other ADC leaders over public disturbances. According to ADC spokesman Bolaji Abdullahi, these actions were politically motivated attempts to stifle dissent, prompting calls for immediate withdrawal of the summons and investigations into attacks on ex-AGF Abubakar Malumi's convoy and the disruption of an ADC meeting. The party affirmed its determination to resist any form of intimidation against its leaders and members. In a related governance news, President Tinubu has highlighted the enduring importance of Nigeria's traditional institutions in promoting peace and unity. Speaking at the Igede Aba Festival in Oju local government of Benue State, Tinubu, represented by Secretary to the Government of the Federation George Akume, praised local rulers for preserving cultures and fostering stability. It cited federal appointments and the Ogoja Road project as evidence of government support, while the paramount ruler of Igede, Oga Ero, expressed gratitude for the interventions, emphasizing the festival's cultural significance. The president reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening grassroots peace-building structures nationwide. Meanwhile, in Osun State, the fate of the Akpatumodu Oba Joseph Oloyede remains uncertain following his sentencing to over 4 years in the United States for fraud. Rival ruling houses Akimbele and Fagbemokun disagree on succession, while some of Akimbele want the throne retained. Others argued it should pass to Fagbemokun. The state government has indicated it will await a certified true copy of the judgment before taking action, with a palace meeting chaired by Chief Sunday Adedeji scheduled to deliberate the matter. Turning to political developments, former President Goodluck Jonathan is reportedly intensifying preparation for the 2027 elections, engaging with party leaders and key stakeholders to consolidate support. Sources suggest his strategic consultations aim to strengthen political networks and policy platforms, potentially influencing party dynamics and voters' alignment in critical regions. Insiders indicate that Jonathan's team is prioritizing national mobilization, outreach, and alliance building, signaling a competitive electoral session ahead. In another political shift, Abdul Mumuni Jibril, House of Representative member for Kiru Babaji, has accepted his expulsion from the New Nigerian People's Party (NNPP), citing a lack of fair hearing. Expelled over alleged anti-party activities and unpaid dues, Jibril refuted claims of non-payment and requested an official invoice to settle any outstanding obligations. Despite his departure, he reaffirmed his commitment to peace relations with remaining NNPP members and continued public service, stressing respect for party colleagues and harmony in Kano State. Meanwhile, in Anambra State, Governor Charles Soludo has inaugurated a 489-member governorship election campaign council ahead of November 8th poll. The council will advance its vision for progress and development across the state. In a statement on X, Soludo described the members as apostles of this mission and praised APGA's unity. Simultaneously, INEC confirmed that 16 political parties will contest the election, with 2 fielding women as governorship candidates and 6 nominating female deputy governorship candidates. The commission also recorded over 1,068 new registered voters during July's continuous voters registration, the highest 2-week registration since 2017. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has reiterated plans for a nationwide strike beginning Monday, despite government interventions. The industrial action is prompted by Dangote Petroleum Refinery's plan to import 4,000 compressed natural gas-powered trucks, with new drivers reportedly barred for joining any union, a move of NUPENG views as a violation of labor rights. Minister of Labor Mohammed Dingyadi has summoned all parties for conciliation warning of spread economic hardship should the strike proceed. Fuel marketers and human rights advocates have called for dialogue, highlighting the potential disruption to citizens' business and essential services nationwide. In addition, the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed a lawsuit against the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RMAFC, over proposed salary increases for political office holders, including the president, vice presidents, governors, and deputies and National Assembly members. SERAPs argued that the hike violates the 1999 Constitution and the RMAFC Act, seeking an injunction to halt the increases and the directive for salaries to reflect Nigeria's current economic realities. Further compounding economic concern, Nigeria's power sector is facing a financial crisis as petroleum customers exit the national grid. Commercial users now account for just 13% of the grid, with manufacturers and affluent households increasingly relying on self-generation and solar energy. Legacy debates to generation companies GenCo stand at 4 trillion naira, with new arrears of 1.6 trillion naira as of August projected to reach 2.2 trillion naira by year end. Experts caution that enforcing the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) free governor controls may add 1.059 trillion naira in cost, while unclear payment framework continue to strain the sector's ability. Turning to education, the Ebonyi State government has approved an executive bill to establish the Education Development Trust Fund, aimed at sustainable financing for basic education. Announced by Commissioner of Information, Ekwan Omeba, the bill has been forwarded to the State House of Assembly. The fund will mobilize resources from government, corporate bodies, development partners, and citizens to support infrastructure, teacher training, ICT integrations, scholarship, school feeding, and WASH initiatives. Managed by the dedicated board in collaboration with the State Ministry of Education, the Trust Fund seeks to improve learning environments, ensures accountability, and transform basic education across Ebonyi State. Similarly, in Gombe, the Association of Old Boys of Tudunwada Primary School recently celebrated the institution's 50th anniversary. The event featured awards and gifts for outstanding alumni, teachers, and partners. The speaker emphasized the crucial roles of education in national development, urging government attention to school, infrastructure, and learning outcomes. The milestone not only commemorated 5 decades of academic excellence, but also reinforced alumni commitment to supporting educational advancement in the community. It's now time for a brief commercial break. Stay with us. The most captivating stories are just moments away.
Ladies and gentlemen, queens and kings of purpose, Welcome to the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival 2025, where nearly 100 powerful minds, dreamers, doers, and defenders of humanity will be gathered at Taraba 2025. And I say to them, welcome to the spark before the wildfire and to the heartbeat of a legacy. Prince Homsuk Alex Jibrin is my name. I am the greatest grandson to the 23rd Longwo, third son to the Kanai of the Ko Chiefdom, and a true prince to the House of Mayamen. At Tarif, we will not only be telling stories, but we will be reviving the very soul of a people through film. In September 2025, Taraba will rise again as we invite you to experience, explore, and invest in the greatest epic film ever in the Kumbo Legacy Workshop. And this is where ancient tradition will meet with modern transformation. Because at Tarif, we shall be celebrating the strength, wisdom, and heritage of the greatest empire that has ever existed in West African history. And tomorrow, we shall immortalize it in art, film, and in fire. So storytellers, stand tall. The legacy is calling. Will you answer? Welcome to Tarif 2025. Let the revolution begin.
Glad to have you still with us. In a significant boost for commerce, Cross River State will host an Inter-African Trade Fair IATF 2026, positioning Calabar as a key hub for trade, culture, and investment. Governor Bassi Utuf formalized the hosting rights in Algiers during the 5th Sovereign Business Engagement at IATF 2025. It described the development as a milestone for Cross River, Nigeria, and Africa, promising the fair will showcase African innovation, heritage, and hospitality. Utu praised Afrexim Bank for supporting Africa's creative industries and urged sub-sovereign governments to derive continental growth, emphasizing that the African continental free trade areas can unlock the continent's economic potentials and global competitiveness. In a religious affair, the Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission has fixed September 14th for the commencement of the delayed 2025 Easter pilgrimage at Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport, Owerri, Imo State. Executive Secretary Bishop Stephen Adegbiti confirmed that pilgrims' aircraft operated by Alos Jet were inspected in Antalya, Turkey to ensure safety and compliance. Adegbiti ensured that the airlift would be seamless, highlighting the Commission's commitment to due process, safety, and satisfaction of Nigerian pilgrims traveling to Israel and Jordan. Finally, on the international front, U.S. President Donald Trump has warned foreign companies to comply with U.S. immigration law following the detention of 475 workers, including 46 South Koreans, at the Hyundai LG battery plant in Georgia. The raid, part of a nationwide anti-illegal migrant drive, targeted unlawful employment practices. Trump stressed the importance of legal investment and hiring of African workers while recognizing skills gaps that foreign workers could help address. Agreements secured with South Korea ensured the workers' release, and LG Energy Solutions confirmed most detained were contractor staffs. The operation, larger than typical raid, has strained U.S.-South Korea's relationship but aligns with broader U.S. immigrations and manufacturing policy. That brings us to the close of this edition on News Hour on Some TV. Follow us on Facebook at Some TV and subscribe on YouTube at Some TV Live for breaking news, in-depth reports, and expert analysis. I am Esther Oka-Steven. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and keep watching Some TV.